While the September sales surge is so sweet, mwah, hello, September sales surge, I love you. Okay. On the other side, you basically have September, you have October, and a wee bit of November to make these high ticket sales. Then it's off to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you do experience more of a lull. So you have to make the most use out of those 6 weeks.
Welcome to the Millionaire Maker Show, a podcast helping entrepreneurs scale their businesses online to create more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. Now, with over 20 years of business building, coaching, and consulting experience, here's your host, author, speaker, and creator of the Millionaire Maker Funnel, Lindsay Anderson.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Millionaire Maker Show. I'm so excited to welcome you to today's episode, and that is because it is a really big week here at Lindsay Anderson Coaching. I have released my second book is called The Unlaunch Method. Now, the Unlaunch Method is my simple step-by-step system to make more sales and scale your business using social media. In this book are all of my strategies for how to do just that. A lot of times you hear about, yeah, it makes sense. I'll run some social media, then I'll get some sales. But all of the space in between posting on social media and actually making sales and getting sales, when you go down to actually sit down and do it, most people, it's a big mystery because there's a lot of nuances to it. There's a lot of phases to it. There's a lot of different things you need to know in order to do that. And my new book, The Unlaunch Method, outlines the entire thing for you step by step. So a great big thank you to everybody who has already purchased the book and left a review on the book. If you are listening to this during the week of the book launch, then you're going to have the ability to go and download a free version of the book. Please hop out to Amazon, download a free version of the book, leave us a review, and then go to the resources page mentioned in the book and get a ton of free resources as well as joining me for a very special masterclass. All you need to do is head over to theunlaunchmethodbook.com and you'll see all of the special awesomeness that we have going out this week all around the Unlaunch Method. A big thank you to everybody who has supported me through that book. We're hoping to make this another Amazon bestseller. Your support, as well as you being able to read this book and make it so much more simple for you to be able to make more sales and scale your business using social media, it's a match made in heaven. So thank you to all. Now, my first book was called The Click Technique. It has been a bestseller and downloaded over 100,000 times. I'm hoping to beat some records with the Unlaunch Method. The Unlaunch Method book is perfect for you if you're a coach or a consultant or an expert, or you want to sell those high ticket services and you think to yourself, if I was just in front of more of the right people, I wouldn't have these ups and downs in my business. I would have all the sales that I need because I am an expert. I know the people who have my problems, but I just can't seem to make the connection. I can't seem to find these pockets of right fit clients. Okay, this book is for you. Make sure you go and download it. Although this week is special, okay? It's a really special time of year because it's August. And you should be, at this point, prepping your business, getting your strategies and systems and sales methods in place for the September sales surge. When the September sales surge hits, this happens after Labor Day, and everyone is back to school. It's business as usual. I'm ready to attack my goals. I'm ready to make this thing happen. And September ends up being a really amazing time in most people's high ticket service based businesses because people are ready to invest. And this podcast episode comes at a really good time because you don't want to wait until after Labor Day to actually figure out when your launch is or figure out how you're going to make more sales. You don't want to go into September being like, okay, it's finally September. Where are all the sales? No, you want to take a strategic approach to this and plan for September. Get this system and strategy set up so when September hits, you can make the most out of the September sales. This episode is for you in two different ways. Number one, I'm going to be covering the Unlaunch method, what I cover in that book. You get to know what's in that book and your mouth starts watering. So you want to go and buy this book because it's going to be the most strategic and powerfully straightforward, blunt and to the point way of actually selling more high ticket services. But I'm going to be covering that on the podcast today. But it's also what you need to be doing right now in order to prep yourself for September. The strategy that I outline in the book, it's so simple. It's so easy. It's for you if you have a small audience, you have 20 people, okay? It's for you if you have a huge audience because it's going to double, triple, quadruple your conversion rates. And so it doesn't matter where you are in business. You need to start implementing the Unlaunch method right now in your business. You will make more money. You will develop a system. You will get to know your customers better. Your business will start running on autopilot. And it's all when you tip your hat and read the Unlaunch method book. So we're going to go over that. Also, in terms of preparing you for the September sales surge, I'm giving a live masterclass. I'm giving all of these resources away to you because most business owners, because of their lack of perspective, right? You only know what you know. You've only been through this much business where you're at. And so you're trying to figure it out, trying to find the right help, trying to make the right decisions. But because you lack perspective of someone like me being in business, running a successful $1 million coaching business, having done this for 20 years, I know what you're thinking. I know where you're at, and you're not doing what needs to be done in order to get yourself unstuck from this business and actually make it a legacy business that will grant you more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. And one of those things is strategic planning, not just willy-nilly throwing out your dates or trying all of these different things, but really planning out and preparing for your marketing, for your launch events, for your sales calls, and having a strategy and system so that when you show up every single day to your business, you know what to do. And those tasks that you do today, they may not be bringing in sales that very day, although very often they do, okay? What you do today will be where your business is 2, 3, 4 months from now. And so it is very similar to working out. I've been on my own health journey and I now understand the number one thing, okay? And I pay for this because this is how important it is to me. I have a personal trainer that I meet every single weekday morning, my husband and I, at 6:30. We get Jeff on Zoom and he walks us through strength training and physical fitness activities. And it has been that consistent effort day in and day out. Doesn't matter what I feel like, doesn't matter if I'm in the mood. But because I pay Jeff and he is an expert at making sure I stay in tip top shape, okay, for a half an hour a day, it's like the right tasks. Then I know that this is going to be what my body and what I feel like 3, 6, 9 months in the future, but it has to happen today. And even though when Jeff tells me to lift 30-pound weights, I don't see, okay, that's heavy, and I don't see the new muscle definition for going up in weights, I know it will come. And the same goes for your business, what you do today. And again, I would argue that if you do the right tasks, you can get out of hustle mode. Most people don't know what the right tasks are, so you can be just like me and Jeff, where I work out every day. It's 30 minutes and I'm in the best health of my life, okay? And your business is the same thing. You do those right tasks every single day, and 3, 6, 9 months from now, that's what your business looks like. And so I offer all of this help and all of this support, and I ring all of the alarm bells. Hey guys, you got 4 weeks until the September sales surge. You can't say you didn't know, because I know what you do in planning that kind of thing is exactly what your results will be. And so I offer you the book. I offer you this podcast episode to line it out. I offer you my live masterclass called the September Sales Surge, where we will really dive deeper into what I'm talking about here. And you will learn what you need to do to get ready for September in order to hop into that in order to hop into that masterclass. All you need to do is head over to lindsayallersonlive, register for that masterclass, plan on showing up, and plan on understanding how to make the most out of the September sales surge, get the most amount of sales possible, do that momentum in your business, and really finish the year out strong. Because here's the facts. While the September sales surge is so sweet, hello, September sales surge, I love you. Okay. On the other side, you basically have September, you have October, and a wee bit of November to make these high ticket sales. Then it's off to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you do experience more of a lull. So you have to make the most use out of those 6 weeks. This is just facts. This is what I know after looking at hundreds of online business owners. I see their books. Okay. I know my own books. I have seen this pattern play out time and again in my own business as well as in the businesses of my customers. And this is just how it is. And so 6 weeks. So you want to spend the next 4 weeks preparing for the 6 weeks of sales because it's going to fall off after that. I know it's a lot of dates here. Again, hello, strategic planning. It really is going to help you level up your business. Of course, that is if you know what the plan is. So let's dive into the Unlaunch method. Okay, you're gonna go to that masterclass. You're gonna go to that masterclass. I'm gonna tell you all about it. It's lindsayallerson.live. Now, let's talk about the Unlaunch method. Now, in order to scale an online business, I have come to find, okay, that you need 3 things, and write these down unless you're driving. Number 1, you need a strategy. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do when the September sales surge hits? How am I going to handle it? How am I going to market? How am I going to sell? What am I going to say? Who am I going to talk to? There's a lot happening here, okay? So you need a strategy to sort out all of those details. And strategy is where a lot of coaches and consultants, like, this is where they like to hang their hat, okay? You got a strategy. Strategies, guys, between me and you, they are a dime a dozen. I love digital marketing. I've been in digital marketing for 20 years. I can give you a strategy any day of the week. That sounds amazing that you really want to chomp into and want to do. However, strategies will only get you so far. What you need, okay, outside of a strategy is you need a repeatable system. Okay, there's the strategy. What's the system? What do I do every single day in order to achieve that strategy? What are these action items that I need to do to execute on that strategy? And that's when we get real minuscule. We start getting these smaller and smaller tasks so that you know when you show up to your desk, you know how to implement said strategy. This is details and nuances like what to say, what to title things, how am I positioning myself? What do I say on that sales call? How many people can I fit on a sales call? What am I going to say to them in that masterclass? How am I going to keep them engaged? So the questions go on, and they're not really spoken of in the strategy piece because the strategy is just like, hey, what you need to do is post on social media, host an invite-only event, and watch the sales roll in. There's only so much a person can do with that kind of information. So you need a system. The Unlaunch method covers that. So a strategy, where we're going, a system, how we're going to get there, and a focus on sales. And we have to bring this up because sales is the whole point on why we're doing this, and everything, the strategy, the system, everything has to be focused on sales. There is so many distractions. There's the ability to be visible. I want to be on all these podcasts. Maybe they're not my right fit client, but I have the ability to be visible. You have vanity metrics that you're struggling with. You want to be speaking live with people. You have that struggle. You have all these competing things in business, and you end up losing sight of what the true goal is, which is sales. And I hate to be crass, and I hate to be like, it's all about money, but I have found, and I've tried playing it low on that because I also grew up with a lot of money beliefs where it's, I don't know, I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it for the freedom and the time and the impact. But ultimately, business is such a puzzle and such a game, and it is so competitive that without continually focusing on sales and doing things for sales, your competition's going to overrun. You're going to find yourself in the revenue roller coaster. You're always going to be struggling and wondering where that next client is because you have these competing factors. And so we always want to have a focus on sales and making sure that we have a sales mechanism in our business that will continue to bring in revenue. So know this, the Unlaunch method covers these three things. I'm so passionate about it, and you can't succeed in business without these three items: a proven strategy, a repeatable system, and a focus on sales. So once you have the three S's, that's the big three right there. Let's hop into what exactly is the Unlaunch method. It is revolutionary in the way that we teach what I call iterative marketing. Most people go out with their marketing, they try something, it doesn't work, they crumple it up and throw it in the garbage and start all over. And that's going to keep you starting over. You're never going to get better. You're going to eventually burn out. You have to start implementing what I call iterative marketing and the Unlaunch method. The whole foundation of the Unlaunch method is that. But first, okay, you need a lead generation source. Where are you going to get leads? Where are these high quality people going to come from? Most people are just getting them based on referrals, and they're hoping that their referral partners will keep referring to them. Maybe a few people will drop in on social media. Maybe they'll go to a couple of networking events, but it's painful. The referral game, only playing the referral game, is a very frustrating game to play in business, which is again why you need a system and a strategy in sales. So the whole lead engine, where you're going to find all of these high quality people when you follow the Unlaunch method, is in social media. The way that I teach social media and the way you're going to find success is you want to be posting on social media like a business owner and not an influencer. My time on Netflix would tell you that, okay? I went on Netflix and I was the only business owner there. Many of the people I was on Netflix with, they were influencers, and they would have double or triple followers and those kind of vanity metrics that I would have on social media. But I knew, because I got to know them, that most of them were not able to even make a living off those kind of fans. They didn't have anything to sell. They were posting like an influencer. They were going for the easy likes. They were not posting as business owners at all. And so when I teach social media in the Unlaunch method, it is posting like a business owner. And when you use posting like a business owner and my VEMS model, which I'll go over in a second, and my VEMS model, and you're posting your VEMS on social media, it doesn't matter what platform you use, okay? It doesn't matter if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. It does not matter where you're at. The Unlaunch method works. So in order to post on social media like a business owner and not an influencer, you need four things. Most influencers are posting about personal details and personal life and like touchy-feely quotes and things that are like easy to like or easy to hate. And so they get a lot of likes and comments, but those guys aren't buyers. You want to be showing up online like a business owner, and you do that with VEMS. So first, your vibe, what your brand is, how you come across, what a couple of interests of yours. Vibe is also what makes you human. So I always recommend picking 3 things that make you human that you are willing to share on social media. For me, I'm from Portland, Oregon, the most beautiful state in the whole United States, okay? No arguments on that. Number 2, I'm really into health and wellness, so I will post about my health and wellness journey because I find that it is very deeply tied to business, how I feel. And then finally, that I am a mother of 3. I have 3 kids, and so that is a big part of my journey because having freedom to spend time with my children and with my family is one of my values. So I like to share that on social media. That's how you share your vibe. You pick 3 things and you rinse and repeat. You're known for the woman who has 3 kids that live in Portland, Oregon, that also works out. Is really into health and fitness, right? Okay. So social media, that's your vibe, okay? E is experience. Of course, we need to be sharing those testimonials and those customer stories. M is for methodology. You need a plan. People need someone with a plan. They don't really want you to just like rah, rah, rah them on the phone. It's help me go from point A to point B. And what is the step by step plan? You go from social media, that's your BEMS model. And how do we get them off of social media and actually buying stuff from us? You need a mechanism, some sort of conversion event. Some people do launches. Those can be really emotionally draining. They can be very time consuming. They cannot pay off. You can dedicate 10 days to this thing and it can be a whole lot. Okay. You can also send some emails, which are highly ineffective right now because of AI and how competitive the landscape is. And so, what is that conversion event? That thing that gets people out of your marketing washing machine and actually paying attention to you and understanding what you offer and your expertise. I offer up for you the solution to that is the invite only event. I talk about that a lot on this podcast. It's covered in the Unlaunch Method book, but it is a powerful 54-minute masterclass that you present that acts as a group sales call. And when you implement it correctly, using the psychological triggers, naming it in the convention that I tell you to name it, and outlining the problems and solutions in this way during this 54-minute powerful masterclass, you will have high quality sales call coming in on the other side. Now, the beautiful part about the invite only event is that it only requires you to invite 20 people. It isn't this massive, huge thing. You can give it every single week without your audience burning it out. And you only need 20 people in order to do it. In fact, it works best when you don't have over 20 people executing on this event. And so it's a powerful event regardless of where you are in your business journey. Again, I'm covering that in the masterclass, the September Sales Surge Masterclass that you can go get signed up for by going to lindsayalanderson.live. So we got social media. We're coming in hot with the invite only event. That's how we're going to get people from social media who are actually ready to take that next step. Then we host the invite only event for those really hot leads, those people that are feeling the pain right now. And then we get the super hot leads onto a sales call. How do we get on those sales calls? And what do we say to those individuals? How do we prescribe to them? How do we understand their problem? How do we sell to the gap and actually get the right people, mind you, the right people to say yes on the phone without pushing you off, telling you they'll get back to you, saying, I love you, but I can't right now. How do we actually do that on a sales call? Now, all of these, the 3 steps, the social media to the invite only event to the sales calls, super powerful. But where the iterative marketing comes in is that all 3 of those pieces have an analyze and iterate portion. And when you implement and you're analyzing and you're iterating and you're asking yourself the right questions, then you can clearly see within weeks of giving the IO event. And this is a great way of calibrating to who you need to be talking to figure out a system that really works. What I say on social media, and it's so obvious, okay, ends up exactly displaying on that sales call. It results in the kind of person I get on those sales calls. Let me give you an example. I have a VIP client. He's posting on social media where he's talking to his one true client. The invite only event, he calls it how to get what you want. And on the sales calls, after he was giving how to get what you want, invite only event, they were people of all shapes and sizes that all wanted something, how to get what you want. Just so we're clear, his target demographic, who he's talking to, who he serves, are these big CEOs in corner offices with private jets that seemingly have everything that they want, but they're not fulfilled. And they don't even know what they want. So he hosts an invite-only event called How to Get What You Want. Now, on the other side of that call, we had a mix of people, okay? We had people who wanted to get what they wanted, which were these CEOs, and they wanted to get what they wanted, which was more time with their family and more fulfillment and even figure out what they wanted. But we also got people on those sales calls that was how to get what I want. I want my next paycheck. I want to not live paycheck to paycheck. I want to not struggle. I want to whatever. Okay? They also wanted something. So we analyze and iterate, right? Oh, those weren't quite the right people on the call. So what did we do instead? We changed the name of the invite-only event to be How to Achieve More Than Success. So suddenly, when my client got on those sales calls, he is closing $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 deals with highly successful CEOs with corner office suites, flying on those private jets because they all wanted to know how to achieve more than success. Where the individual who is maybe living paycheck to paycheck or struggling with other things aren't quite successful in their own minds, they didn't get on the call because they weren't even attracted to the invite-only event. So that's just one example of how what you post on social can attract those right fit clients, and how using the analyze and iterate portion of the Unlaunch method can allow you to take a temperature of how your marketing is doing and seeing if it's actually resulting in sales, asking yourself specific questions in order to make those iterative improvements, and eventually getting yourself to a system that will bring you clients for years to come, because it's built on the foundations. It's built on hardcore foundations of marketing and sales, and it will never grow old. It's available on every social media channel. It'll never grow old. So that's the Unlaunch method right there. Social media, invite only event, sales calls, and analyze and iterate. So I hope you enjoy. There you have it. There's the Unlaunch method right here on the Millionaire Maker Show. Again, go download that book. I can't wait till it's a bestseller. It just released today. We're working towards that goal. I would sure appreciate your support. Go and download this powerful book for free on Amazon. Go to the unlaunchmethodbook.com and download all of these free resources. And then finally, make sure you sign up for my upcoming workshop, the September Sales Surge, where I outline your action plan on how to make the most use out of September. Thank you so much for joining me on the Millionaire Maker Show. I am your host, Lindsay Anderson. Cheers to you and your success.
Thank you for listening to the Millionaire Maker Show with online business consultant and creator of the Millionaire Maker Funnel, Lindsay Anderson. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time.